Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and welcome to Tarot Talk Tuesday. Today we are discussing the Three of Swords, and yes, I have a little mechanical pencil. Actually, a fancy mechanical pencil. Um, if you can't tell, I have repositioned where my desk is in the office. I just basically turned it, um, or in the witchy room slash office. This is my office. My um, boyfriend's room is the old witchy room, if you remember from my old videos. Um, but this is my office slash witchy room, and I've kind of repositioned things. I cleared up the altar because there's some work that needs to be done um, relating to our study in the inner temple of witchcraft that I need to be doing on that altar. So I am trying this out for a little bit. Maybe I'll go back to the same old background of the, and you can't see my arm here because I have OBS done weird, but over here with the background of the apothecary and the background of my little death shrine, um, or my remembrance shrine. Yeah. So yeah, I'm mixing it up a little bit, trying a little bit of something new. I'm going to try to get my old camera, which is actually sitting right next to me here. Um, I'm going to try to get my old camera to be able to hook up to my computer. If I can manage that, you'll actually have better video quality and I can actually zoom in a lot easier. So anyway, you guys aren't here to hear about that. You're here for Tarot Talk Tuesday, so let's get on into it. We are discussing the Three of Swords, as you see right here. So, I want to first start out with discussing what the pictorial key of the tarot by A.E. Waite discusses. And he says, Three of Swords piercing a heart, or three swords piercing a heart, cloud and rain behind. Divinatory meaning removal, absence, delay, division, rupture, dispersion, and all that the design signifies naturally, being too simple and obvious to call for specific enumeration. Reversed, mental alienation, error, loss, distraction, disorder, confusion. Okay, so I'm gonna just minimize that. Um, yeah, he doesn't really give a lot of information here. So let's delve into the different parts of this, and we're going to, kind of pick this apart a little bit. I want to try to get my other images. Let's see which one we can discuss first here. First things first is I want to discuss the clouds. See, I'm fancy. I even circled them for you. This isn't the best depiction. I tried to get as clear of a picture as I could, or as clear of a scan that I could, but this is what I was able to pull off the interwebs. Maybe in the future I will actually scan them and mark them up a little bit easier. So I want to discuss these clouds here. So the thing that really hits with me on the Three of Swords is the guttural effect that it has. Whenever it comes to the clouds, you have, seeing that this is the sword's suit, you have the cloudy aspect, the fog in your mind, since this is the suit of swords and it deals with mental and the thought process and whatnot. This is the cloudy mind. This is whenever your mind is a little foggy. But not only do we have the clouds in this, we also have the rain. And this to me not only signifies that there's a fogginess, a cloudiness to your mind and your thought process, but also that gloominess that comes with the rainy day feeling. Um, you have this rain just pouring on you, and it's really emotional because remember, water deals with the emotions that we feel or the emotions of life. So you really have this foggy mind and you have this emotional feeling of being a little down and being having your emotions clouded. This can be the situation of you're carrying things along with you of something that somebody has said, something that somebody has done to you. Basically, you're giving them free rent in your mind. So that's kind of the background that we're going with here. I already did that one. Let's go on to the heart. Of course, the heart is a um, is often associated with love, relationships, and whatnot. So this could be a stabbing the of relationships or the stabbing of a love, a dying, or something being said in a love in a relationship setting that is quite hurtful and kind of gives you that really guttural feeling of being hurt and being betrayed. Um, what are some of the words that A. Waite said here? I shouldn't have X out of that. Um, the rupture is a guttural meaning. So yeah, it's hard to explain, but it is really that hurtful, lost feeling, um, feeling so overtaken with this loss and this emotion that you actually kind of get sick from it. So that's a little bit about the heart. Now let's get to the main uh, part of the Three of Swords, which are the three swords. Now, whenever we looked at the two and the ace, we discussed the shading, the light shading or the blue or the darker shading, respectively, and how that has an effect on, or we were looking into how that has an effect on the overall meaning. So in this one, if we continue with that example of the brightness shining one way versus shining another, this to me would be that things were going well, and now you have like a two steps forward, one step back situation because you see that there are the two on the left hand side are facing towards the future. Things were going well in this thought process, things were being communicated well, and then the one step back with that third one. The thing to remember about um, this card in particular is that we are going to get through this situation, and I'll speak more on that towards the end. Um, the thing that I want to say before I move on from this part is that even though you have two steps forward, one step back, you're still going forward. You're still progressing on the path to your better destination, to your better self. Another thing that I want to point out is down here at the bottom, uh, at the ends of the swords, we see the puncturing in, um, but we don't see them coming out the other end through another wound on the same side. Well, obviously, if you stab something through one side, it's going to go through the back. Um, However, it could have pierced and then pierced through again on the bottom side. And kind of what I get about this is that these emotions will stick with you. They stay with you. It's something that you do remember, that you carry with you as a feeling throughout life. However, you don't have to let it keep you from moving forward. Another thing is that this is embedded in you. You notice that there's no light to the ends of the swords, the points of the swords. They don't really look that sharp. They kind of look dull. Um, and it's just that dull pain that sits within you for the rest of your life. You may feel a little resentment, but it's not going to be as impactful as the upper part whenever it's first coming in. Um, So, to me, this is signifying that it's going to stick with you for a long time, but it's not going to hurt as much as the original incision of the what was originally said or what was originally um, uh, invoked upon you, I guess you would say. So that's something that I found interesting about the bottom half whenever I was looking at this. So let's look at the card as a whole again. So looking at the card as a whole, um, when this comes into a reading for me, I usually think heartache. I think of damaged relationships, things being said, people are living rent free in your mind. And that's something that as especially as witches, we don't have to put up with. Even if you're not a magical practitioner, that's not something you have to put up with. This can go for anybody. Nobody has to live rent free in your mind. Um, Whoever is causing this for you, they are able to be excused from your life and never to be seen or heard from again. You can brush them off out of your life and tell them that you can no longer live rent free in my mind and take up this mental space because I'm taking control of my life. As for the reversal, uh, to me, for this card in particular, it means that it's an intensity thing. Maybe it's a more intense thing that has happened to you. Um, Not only were they hurtful with their words, they were and with whatever they did. Um, it's going to be a longer recovery. The main point of the Three of Swords for me is that we do eventually move on from this. This is not something that has to stick with us for for the rest of our life. After a and I I know I'm kind of contradicting myself by saying that. What I want to clarify here is that the actions will stick with us, the memories will still be there, but it doesn't have to inhibit us the rest of our life. Let me clarify that. So this doesn't have to be the way of life forever. Um, this is in a storm, and storms eventually go away. It's not something that we have to focus on and let live rent free in our mind for the rest of our life. Um, so that's something that I want you to think about when this comes up in a reading of yours, that you don't have to let it be a forever thing. If this is coming up in a past position for you, I would say that this is something that you may commonly think about. That is, you're still giving kudos or you're giving credence to. You're giving it that space. You're letting it dominate you in a certain amount of time within your day, um, within your life. If it's coming up in the future position, if you're reading past, present, future, that is, if it's coming up in a future position, I would say brace yourself. Um, be ready to be kind of portrayed, kind of hurt by somebody around you. Don't be surprised if somebody may be talking behind your back. Let's not get paranoid about it. Um, they may there may be somebody that you don't even know that is saying something hurtful, and this could be that. I wouldn't go out to go and lynch somebody, um, metaphorically speaking, uh, for talking behind your back whenever you don't know if they actually were. So I I do want to make that clear that this could be somebody that you don't even realize is talking behind your back that is. Um, this could be somebody that is sending hateful energy towards you or malevolent energy towards you, but it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that is close to you that you know personally. So, um, little bit of a short video. This is a very plain card. And it, for as plain as it is very visceral. Anytime we see a heart in something, we think, oh, love and friendship and kindness and everything's okay. And then whenever you're stabbing it with a sword, that causes a visceral reaction. And we're going to have something similar come up whenever we look at the Ten of Swords. So, yeah, brace yourself for that one as well. It's going to be um, quite, again, to overuse the phrase, visceral. So, anyway, let me know if this has helped you in your studies. The Three of Swords. Next week we will be talking of I believe actually next week. Let me look at the calendar here, guys. Next week is actually a flip through, and I'm actually going to be doing a flip through of a deck that has not been released to the wider public. It's a little bit more hard to get, at least as of the time that I got it. So I got a rare copy of it. And I just want to see what excuse me, tomorrow's, oh yes, we're, Witchy Wednesday is candle blessing. So I'm going to be walking through on how to bless and dress a candle for in your practice. We are coming up on Candlemas, so yeah, get your candles ready, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And then we have Table Talk Thursday and um, chapter 5 of the Inner Temple Witchcraft for Saturday. And what are we doing Sunday? I think I'm actually discussing, yes, I'm discussing Imbolc and Candlemas on Sunday. So for Christo-Paganism Sunday. So join me then. That's this week's lineup. And oddly enough, I give this same lineup in every single video. Oh, I don't want to put that there. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't think I have any other announcements besides, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell notification to get notified whenever new videos come up. Or just check back daily because I'm doing this like 5 days a week. And yeah, hit the like button. It helps the algorithmic gods. It appeases them. So go appease the algorithmic gods of YouTube and, bring others towards this channel. It's always much appreciated. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye bye.